I've been here before, and it changed my level of appreciation for the genre. This is my journey of learning a fighter, and maybe, just maybe, it could help someone else out there do the same. Welcome back. My name is Image Omega, and today I want to talk to you about something that, I have done before, except previously I did it in written form. You see, I was writing about learning Street Fighter and really kind of putting it into a website and kind of more of a blog form. And it really just changed my appreciation for fighting games, and really I got the chance to deep dive into the fighting game community. It was great to document my experience. You see, a few years back I caught myself watching the Capcom Cup for Ultra Street Fighter 4. And with Street Fighter 5 on the horizon, I finally thought to myself, man, I loved playing fighting games in the arcade as a child, and here's an opportunity to learn how to play these games fresh with a new fighter on the horizon. So I picked up a fight stick, used, and I totally got a bargain. And then also a copy of Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the PC. I loaded up my first game, went right into arcade mode, and I proceeded to get my butt handed to me by the level 1 PC. Yeah, it was humbling. I couldn't believe it. I remember being decent on the Super Nintendo against my friends in Street Fighter 2. Since those days, I've played a handful of 3D fighters like Soul Calibur, but come on, the first fighter is beating me down? Things were not looking good for me, and it seemed like my journey to learn a fighter almost ended as soon as it began. But I didn't stop there. Fortunately, I had a small group of gamers I could rely on through Shaq News. They all played fighters and were very encouraging when it came to getting new blood into the mix. So they helped me figure out this whole new world of fighters, playing me in 1v1 matches and being kind enough to coach me along the way. And I can't stress this part enough. This is key number 1. It's really find a group of gamers, someone that you can ask advice to. And nowadays, there's things like Discord, you have all the different subreddits out there. I think it's easier than ever to find like-minded individuals or people just straight up offering help to newcomers no matter what game it is. So if there's a particular fighter that you need help with, ask in the comments below and maybe I can help direct you better, because I know that the number 1 key is definitely finding support. And I'm happy to do this because I know how much this helped me. I mean, after Street Fighter 5 came out, I was headed out to local meetups and tournaments to play the game in person. It was kind of awkward because I literally didn't know anyone, but I just started talking to people and asking them to play. When I came home, I had that support from that small group of gamers, the Shaq fighters of Shaq News. And it was exactly what I needed to help keep me going. What was really extraordinary is realizing just how far my skills had developed. I went from losing to the PC in story mode to taking sets and games from people who had been playing fighting games for over a decade at these local meetups. Now ultimately, I lost. I lost a lot. But I knew how much I'd progressed in a short amount of time, and that's when one of my, I guess you could say, gaming coaches from this small group, B-Side, he recommended to me, where he just kind of said, hey, you should be recording these matches of your early games so you can go back and look and see how much you've progressed. And I've always heard the advice of go back and watch your replays as a way to get better, and I definitely did that. But it didn't really dawn on me to have video of my matches, like my very first games, to see just how far I've come. And that's when I knew, I was like, oh, I'm missing out on something big. So that was genius. Like, why didn't I think of that? I really did improve substantially. Now, that didn't all happen overnight, and this leads me to key number 2, which is find all the resources you can out there. For me, it first was in the form of ebooks. There's a couple different ebooks that I got into. One was called, I believe it was called Fighting Fundamentals. I'll have to look that up. And then another one was written by Gutex of Cross Counter TV. And those books taught me all the fundamentals. Well, I shouldn't say all the fundamentals, but it taught me a great deal of the fundamentals of just how to play a 2D fighter. This gave me the know-how of what I needed to practice, and then I could take that into training mode, aka the lab, and really hone my skills in there. Today, I'm starting that journey all over again with Mortal Kombat 11. There's just something special about this game, and the visceral joy that's found through watching all the fatal blows and the martial arts action kind of unfold is uncanny. I mean, the game itself is phenomenal. I know the launch got marred by the grind, false claims of microtransactions, and the differing patch speeds amongst all the platforms. And those are serious issues. But the good news is the developer was outright vocal about these issues and being very transparent in what they were going to do to fix it. And it really all happened within a week, which, if you look at other games out there, other developers, this normally takes months. And in fact, I think Mortal Kombat 11 did something pretty amazing because they released a finished product. It just had a few glaring bugs at the beginning or unintentional aspects. That's something to be said for the state of games that are being released nowadays, where they really are being released unfinished. So kudos to NetherRealm because they did right by Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, did I mention the gameplay itself is fantastic? So that brings me back to what I want to do from here. I now have the opportunity, the know-how, and the passion to bring my journey to video form. And here it is, some of my first online matches. This is all I got so far as I attempt to learn the Collector, who is tons of fun by the way. The sadistic grin that he puts on as he kind of goes to town, I don't know, it's kind of fun to watch. I'm figuring out the combos, the spacing, the zoning, the footsies, and I'm watching in disbelief as I miss an input or I fail to react appropriately to the same move yet again. And I'm proudly or shamefully putting it all out there on display. Because with consistency, intentional practice, and just plain old time, I should be able to look back at this video and see just how far I've come. From complete noob, and that's complete with a K, to maybe somewhat of a competent player. Time will tell. But this is my last key and tip for you. Failure is your friend. Don't ever get caught up with worrying about the judgment. The only person judging you is yourself. And maybe you expect too much from yourself too soon. Either way, even if other people are commenting on your abilities, it doesn't matter. Their opinions don't matter. Your online stats, they don't matter either. What matters is the big picture, the vision you have for yourself. And if that vision is just to improve, get better, then you keep pursuing that consistently, intentionally, and over time. That's it for me, and I'm 100% appreciative of you guys being here and hearing my thoughts and then watching some pretty mediocre Mortal Kombat gameplay. It'll get better. Otherwise, there won't be too many more videos after this. But no, seriously, it will get better, and it'll be fun to kind of look back and see where I've come from. Seriously though, a thumbs up would mean the world to me, and it does a lot for me as I'm trying to get started on this journey. Drop me a shout in the comments and hit me up on Twitter @ImageOmega. I would love to hear from you guys, and if you want to stay up with me on this journey, consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright, nothing but gratitude here. I will see you guys next time.
Collect